Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on CapnclydesMTG, and well, I guess Kaladesh is racist now. Lord help us. Before we get started on that, let's talk about some stuff that, nobody wants to hear about. Links in the description. eBay, TCG player, be a YouTube member for $1, all that good stuff. Christmas giveaways going on. Make sure you get on that. MH2, who doesn't want a free card? So, yeah. I don't even know where to start with this. Well, let's just take it from the top. So, Avishkar, I guess, is the new name of Kaladesh. So, in a recent news release, the Planeswalker's Guide to Aether Drift, you'll notice the plane formerly named Kaladesh is now named Avishkar. While the guide goes into the in-universe reason for this change, we wanted to share the real-world reason, which I'm sure will be completely sane. Not even close. Anyway, we want to first start working on Aether Drift. When we first started working on Aether Drift, we were excited for Magic to return to one of the planes most beloved. A bright, hopeful world of invention that took inspiration from real-world India. We knew we had heard feedback at the release of the original Kaladesh set that the name carried unfortunate connotations. Really? Who the hell said that? In some dialects of Hindi language, and we wanted to ensure our return to the plane was done thoughtfully and respectfully, so we just changed the entire product. Got it. So as an early step to build Aether Drift set, we engaged a group of subject matter and language experts, which probably amounts to a bunch of early 20 high school graduates who have never experienced the real world, to work with us and help guide us as we build the set. I mean, they need guidance on how to build a set because they really suck at it. However, bringing in people that have no idea what they're doing and are just good at language is probably not the way, because this is a card game with mechanics. Anyway, our goal was to find a way to honor the spirit of the plane and its real-world inspiration. Now, here's how our consultant said. This ought to be good. When we created the original Kaladesh set, we chose the word Kala as a word that can mean tomorrow, or art, combined with Desh, meaning home, or country. So, translated, it means tomorrow home, or tomorrow's country, or the art of home, artful home, art of country. Seems legitimate and really cool. Didn't know it meant that. Honestly didn't care. Nice to be informed, though. Especially if that's what they meant it to be. Now, unfortunately, the term Kala also can be associated with the meaning black, and often carries derogatory connotations, we'll say, when applied to a person. Well, that's funny, because Kaladesh wasn't applied to a person, it was a place that someone lived. Anyway, we didn't want the connotation to hang over the plane each time we visited it. Instead, we decided to take Aether Drift as an opportunity to implement a new name. So what if I have a problem with the word drift? Just saying. Or Aether. Maybe I have a problem with Aether, because in my connotation of the words, it means something derogatory. Does that mean we're going to go back and change every Magic set because someone doesn't like it? Or because the word connotation is different? Anyway, we generated a host of possible names for the plane and reviewed them with the same group of consultants, because I'm sure that was a whole bunch of people who are highly educated. Not. We discussed the pros and cons of each candidate names, and through the process, we selected Avishkar from the Hindi word Avishkar, meaning invention. Consultants vetted the name and its spelling, and the decision was made. So when we come back later and we find out Avishkar, or any connotation of Avishkar, is derogatory, does that mean that they'll have to change it back after they paid these consultants millions of dollars, probably, to Google search language? Just putting it out there for a friend. Anyway, Another decision was we wanted to go back and change the lore so that the plane was always named Avishkar. We chose not to go that route. That is shocking, to be honest with you. This canon is that the setting was, in fact, historically named Kaladesh before the time of the continuity, but its name now has become Avishkar due to in-world story events, yada, yada, yada. At least they did something halfway decent about why they changed the name, because, Constantinople used to be Istanbul and all that good jazz. But anyway, similarly, we are not changed historical terminology in the past products or our cards. The names of the set, Kaladesh remains Kaladesh Remastered, will still be searchable as Kaladesh Remastered, and past cards like Invasion of Kaladesh or Chandra Fire of Kaladesh will keep those names. They will not use the term Kaladesh. We will not use the term Kaladesh anymore going forward, except to refer to the past products or the time in the storyline when Avishkar bore its previous name. We hope you love Aether Drift and the plane of Avishkar as much as we do. Yes, we love the plane. I'm sure we all do. However, what we don't like, Wizards, is your stupidity. And I just can't, for the life of me, the love of God, really, you think that something that not everybody has cared about is suddenly an issue because a small group of people or somebody Google searched the name and got pissy. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure none of us cared. None of us. If you want to talk about some real stuff, yeah, it's sad. Really, really sad. But hey, you do you, and we're probably still gonna buy the product because as a Magic community and as Magic players, to give you my hot take, we've realized that Wizards of the Coast is completely stupid and really doesn't know how to handle their product, B, interact with their customers. Actually, interact with the customers is probably number one on that list because they are just piss poor at it. C, make good products. B, make good products. And C, the ability to know what to care about. Heaven forbid that a word in one language is bad in another. So therefore, we should never use that word again because it was at one time a hindrance or derogatory. Because with that being said, I hope they never print anything into the context that's derogatory to a person of the pale skin, like cracker or saltine or anything like that, because heaven forbid that someone care about that inside of a Magic card. So I don't know what to say about it. I do know to say this. Thanks to Wizards of the Coast's stupidity and lack of understanding of what fantasy means, along with everybody else in the world, apparently, they have caused a giant reserve list out of Kaladesh cards. That's right, hear me out. Any sealed box of Kaladesh is now reserve list because A, never going to be reprinted, B, will never be referred to as Kaladesh again. So, maybe it's not reserve list. Maybe I'm being a little facetious, but they literally are saying that a plane of existence that we went to once in a set will never be back again in the same name. or printed that way, i.e., meaning there'll never be a box like that again. Also, because of inventions, which are one of the reasons Kaladesh is so expensive to begin with, there's not many boxes left to begin with because everybody cracked boxes looking for inventions because they're pricey, they're pretty, among lots of other things. And, well, what does that mean for the set? Well, let's take a look. Here's the booster boxes of Kaladesh now. You can see here, they're around $350. They were around $400 at one point, but this is just 3 months. We'll go back further in a minute, but what I want you to look at in a long scope is you started going up a little bit. You know, that's because Magic's getting hot, right? You can tell right here, this is when the announcement was made. And then people realized, and voila, $25 price increase per box. But wait, there's more. It says on here $396. If we go down and look, boxes are $400 including shipping. That is one box. That is also Spanish, which means it doesn't say Kaladesh on it per se, because it's in Spanish, and it's $400. The first one, this one is Japanese at $475 plus $8 for shipping, so you might as well say $485 before tax, mind you, before tax. Here's a German one, which is the next one on the list. Again, doesn't say Kaladesh. $500. Here's a Japanese one, $500. Another German one, $500. German one, $560. Oh, wait, here's an English one for $880. For the love of God. This is going to be a $1,000 booster box because of these idiots. So, if you ever wanted to buy a box of Kaladesh at one point and have a good draft and maybe hunt a little, invention or something, well, you might as well put them dreams away because that's not going to happen because the price of this box is going to be way too much to do. Unless you want to get a bunch of non-English ones, which, not really sure that's where you want to go with it. So, if we go back a year, you can see here, sporting the 320 to 350 mark, slowly rose up during the bear market. And again, the good old washa, as soon as they announced their Idiocracy. Have anybody seen the movie Idiocracy? I swear to God, that's where Wizards lives. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. And I don't want anybody to be derogatorily named or called or any of that stuff. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, if someone comes to America, let's say, and they call something that we consider derogatory, but in their traditions, it is something that means well, or is well, or means good, are we going to make them adhere to our moral judgment? Or would what we do say, let it go? Because on the other hand, if someone comes to America and they say that term is derogatory, please don't use it, we abide by that, right? So, do we do it for everybody else in the world too? Interesting question. Don't know. And to be fair, I really don't care. You treat everybody with kindness, it is what it is. And again, this is a fantasy game where, you make up words. You just do that. So, all that said and done. Until next time, be kind. Funny, I have to say that after every video, and this one actually matters. Until next time, I hope to see you across from the game table. In Vishkar.